What's up, YouTube? This is Donnie D Free, getting on here again, showing y'all what I'm doing in the market, how I'm using my margin, and how I'm collecting these dividends. Well, they had another down week in the market. Donald Trump and all his people are trying to make the market go crazy, which is okay because, when the market's down, that's a great time to buy, add to your positions, build up on those shares. But what I did last week on Friday here, uh, got my dividends. It was around $300 worth. And what I'm doing is I'm starting to build up on some of my growth stocks. Uh, I started buying two new ETFs. One is the right here, Nance, which is the Wells something, I forget, but it basically tracks all the stocks that the Democrats and their family members buy. Uh, so I'm gonna start buying that one. I got a buy order on it right now. The DVY is the Select Dividends ETF, and it's good for growth. It has maybe around 3% on a dividend. The Nance has like 1% on a dividend, but I'm buying both of these basically for more growth. I decided to pick up a couple shares of Super Micro computers. They basically have a lot of growth. They pulled back recently, and I figured this would be a good time to buy them because right now all the chip companies are starting to make a comeback. So I figure their all-time high was like around $100, so they're $36 right now. This would be a great time to buy it a little bit here and there and see if I can get it to come back up and maybe have a swing trade on that. Who knows if it continues to go up? Maybe it'll do a stock split. Can't talk today. And if they do that, then I'll hold it for a little longer than what I was thinking and continue to add more. But that's one of the things I've been doing. Um, I also had I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I bought some covered calls and sold some covered calls that are out there a little bit. As you see, this S-Vol at the bottom is out to September. It gave me a large premium for that one. Uh, Also, the AMD and the QQQY are out pretty far. And then the other two here, the Yield Max, I bought a $18 call for April. I already had one for February. And I don't know if that one's going to go through because the market took a plunge right after I bought it. And I don't know, 2 weeks, it's not a lot of time to try to claw back up. But hopefully the one for April would do good. As you see, you got the NVIDIA call that I sold for March. And so that's a little bit of change on that one. And some of these, when you go out a couple months, they give you a really nice premium. Like you'll look at it and say, oh, maybe I could show you here if they show it. So say I look at this S-Vol. If they hit it, yeah. And say I want to try to look at the options. And so if I'm looking for the covered call, and so at the price here, you see they're not really giving anything. below the strike price. You see $25, $80. Not really trying to give anything. Let's look at the March. March, you see that the 21 strike, it went up a little bit, $35. Let's look at June. So now, June, on the 22 strike, they're starting out with $15, you know. And then right there on the $20 strike price, they're even, you know, a lot higher. But $1.15 is only going to cover like $20 up to $21.15, you know, like $21.15, something like that, you know, which isn't a great deal really, unless you feel like it's going to be going down. But every once in a while, when you do these longer calls, they start giving you better premium to go by. They didn't really show anything on that one. Let me look at something else that may have a little bit of stronger following. Maybe they like that Misty. I think that Misty sometimes has better ones for the micro strategies. If I look at the covered call, they're not showing nothing today. That's weird. Now that's something right there. So if you're looking here at the $27 mark for $27.50, they're throwing you 10. At a $28 strike price, they're starting with 20. And then they just put fives on afterwards. And a couple weeks after that, at the 28 strike price, now they're at 30. Then when you're in March, they got 20 on the 27 and 50 cents. They threw 10 on the 28, and then on 28.5 they got $30. Let's look at March 14th. Now they're not showing anything. So when you do these covered calls, you know, it's good to look at these different weeks and see what they're willing to give. If somebody's, you know, I guess somebody's out there asking for long calls. See what April has to say. And see, now as you look on April, you know, for the 27, they're still going to give you $45. At the 28, they're giving you 0.85 is like $85 for a contract. Then it starts going down, but then it went back up for a $30 strike price. You know, you could pull in $50 worth of premium. And, you know, that's, you know, 2 months out. You don't know what it's going to do, but $50 is a nice bit of premium. And with $2 worth of run. So I really like that. You know, if that's still open, next time I have this covered call open for Misty, I'm definitely going to look for that. See what July says. A full $100 on the 28 strike price. A full $100, $110 on the $30 strike price. 95 on the 31. And so those are some of the things that I'm starting to do. Look at that, out to September. 85 on the 28, 70 on the 29. So yeah, those are some of the things that I'm starting to do now. Working on different ways of using calls, covered calls. I bought a put on a company that made a big shootout, but they're holding strong, so it doesn't look like they're going to gap back down. But it was only $10, so I'm not worried about it. Going into what the dividends were, let's see here. History of the dividends. So right now, for the end of February, well, actually next week I'll get like $7, almost $8 off SDIV. Then at the end of the month, $5 and $1.30. I just now started buying back in that Orchard Island mortgage REIT. As you see, those last week on the 7th, got $57, $11.80, 12, 13, 120 off my Coney covered call, which is always a high payer. Around close to $50 on my AMD. And then everything else was at the end of January. And even as you see at the end of January on the 31st, I still hadn't gotten a lot of nice ones. Because I think that was a Friday. Yeah, 87, 9, 17. Some change off the Devo. I just started buying back. 15, 9. 182 from my NVIDIA, which is always a high payer. 55 from SVOL. So you guys get the picture. I'm starting to kind of average close to around $300 a week, which ain't bad. I'm just looking to slowly build those weekly payers, slowly build the growth stocks there that I started buying. I got, some of those are ETFs will probably pay quarterly. I got another quarterly payer, my 6th Street specialty lending company. And so hopefully they don't pay on the same quarter month. Hopefully they stagger or something. I could look into it. But just looking to get more growth, slowly build on these high dividend paying stocks, and hopefully, get my income from my portfolio to grow. Hopefully, my birthday's coming up, so I have to buy my tags on 2 trucks, 2 cars, one of which I'm not driving because the brake lines are rusted out, but just don't really want to get rid of that one yet. But don't want to spend the money on brakes on it yet either, unless I have to. But it's just one of those things, man. You weigh your options on, what do you want to spend bills on now? Do you want to keep that portfolio building? Like I said, I'm still using margin. As you can see here, if I go back to my profile here, total holdings, 35,850, and the margin we use is 23 grand and $90. That's only because I still got those limit buys on. It's probably 23 grand even. So yeah, just out here trying to let y'all know what's going on. I did have on my Webull account, I bought one more share of this YMAX. That would boost my weekly Friday payment a little bit. That's one thing I'm going to do. If it's not the CLM Cornerstone that I put it in, then I might buy the weekly payers, YMAX, the YBTC, or the QQQY. When this one starts getting rolling on the snowball effect, maybe I will buy some of the monthly yield maxes. But Cornerstone is the main one that I want to build up in this account. So if you like the content, just like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions about how I'm doing it, leave a comment in the comment section below. and I'll get back with you. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just me showing you how I'm building a portfolio and using the dividends to reinvest. I also use the dividends on personal things, just like I said. Got these tags coming up I gotta buy, so you know, if it's off paycheck time, then I'll just use a little bit of money off the portfolio, and then slowly let it build back up. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.